Hi, my name's Stacey. I'm one of the 100. If I'm to be really honest and transparent, at the time when Pastor Paul presented the challenge to the church, I was probably in one of the hardest seasons I've ever been in my Christian walk. I felt like I was on a mountaintop in my Christian walk, in my ministry. At work, I was winning awards, and all of a sudden it felt like the floor had just opened up and I fell into free fall. One thing I've always been taught along my Christian walk is that giving is connected to your heart. Another thing I was taught is that when you give, it's a seed and it allows God to move on our behalf. It may not be financially, it may be spiritually, it may be emotionally. We never know what the outcome of it's gonna be, but we know when we put in that seed that God, it really just opens up the windows, it releases his hand. I never knew how God was gonna come through, but oh my goodness, if I could testify of the things that God has done since the day I put that envelope in that basket. For years, my kids have been asking me for a dog, and I said no. For years, I've said no. But my daughter asked me for her 6th birthday. We bought our house 5 years ago, and we referred a friend to our builders. So I knew I was going to get a referral bonus, which was £300. But see how good God is that while we were on holiday, I got an email from the builders, and this email said that, congratulations, Stacey, we are now giving you a friend referral, and you're going to be getting a bonus of £1,000. And see, you know what? That was exactly the amount that the dog cost. God came and he said, look, I know this is something that you want to give to your children. So because of that, I'm going to bless you. And £1,000 came into my account 2 days before we were about to pick up that dog. I know for some that may not be a big thing to you, but see, for me, oh my gosh, it was something that the enemy tried to lie to me, that the blessing was off of my family, the blessing was off of my children. But see, when the enemy tries to come in, the word of God says that God will raise up a standard against him. And that's what God did for me. That's what God did for my family. That's what God did for my children. And see, the promises of God are in our seed. And that £100, to some that may be a lot, to some that may be something small. But see, to God, it wasn't about the amount. It was about where my heart was. And see, when I entered that seed, if I could have time to tell you about the things God has done over the months of me doing that, that was just one of the blessings that God has given my family. So I encourage you today, no matter where your financial situation is, no matter where your spiritual situation is, whatever you are asking for God, remember that your giving is attached to your heart. And when we give that seed, it's not about the amount. It's not about anything. It's about the obedience, and it's about the heart that we have unto God. £100 over 100 days. Such a simple thing to do. And for me, it was the right thing to do.